In this topic, we will learn what is the relationship between history and time. So, you already know what is time, right? So, let's represent time as a river. Okay, so this is a river and this is time. An ocean represents the future. So, what is history? History is like a boat sailing on this river of time. As you can see here, the boat carries our past experiences and also guides us towards the future. It never stands still, it keeps on moving forward, always changing its directions. So, likewise, just for an example, we will sail through the history of Indian religious thought, how it began, how it grew, and how it kept on evolving. Trust me, guys, it's just for example, okay? Don't be, scared that you won't understand, okay? I know this is one of the basic lessons. So, let's start around 1400 BC. Right, this is 1400 BC, and people are settled, around the regions of the Indus and its tributaries. So this is the Indus River, and this is all its tributaries. This is basically right now the Rigvedic age. The Rigvedic age comes just after the Harappan age. We will deal with that later. Okay, this is Rigvedic age. People worship God like Indra, right? They also worship Agni, the god of fire, and Varuna, the god of cosmic order. Now, they were exclusively into the yagnas, right? They were so immersed in yagnas and sacrifices. According to them, these sacrifices and yagnas kept prosperity and harmony in the world. Now, what we are going to do here is we are just going to move forward in time. Let's say around 800 BC. So as you can see, this is a shift to Upanishads. This is the time of Upanishads. People started asking deeper questions. What is the truth behind everything? Who am I really? So the Upanishad spoke of Brahman, the ultimate reality, and Atma, the soul. Now, slowly, meditation and renunciation became paths to moksha or liberation. Right? So we started from the Rigvedic age, and around 800 BC, we have reached to the period of Upanishads. Now let's move forward to, let's say, around 6th century BC. Okay, 6th century BC. And here we see the rise of Jainism under Mahavira. He taught ahimsa, or complete non-violence. And his monks gave up possessions and practiced strict discipline. Almost around the same time, 6th century BC, another great teacher arose. That is Gautam Buddha. He taught the middle path to avoid both the luxury and hardship. Now we are moving towards the medieval age around the 7th and 12th centuries. I can understand most of the things here doesn't make any meaning because you don't know much about these, Rigvedic period, the Upanishads and all that stuff. It's totally fine. Now in the 7th and 12th century, the Bhakti tradition arose. Saints like Alvars and Nayanar spread the idea that devotion or bhakti was more important than rituals. Now, the important thing you have to understand is they sang in local languages and taught everyone, regardless of the caste, and they helped people to understand that they could reach God through love and faith. Right? Moving on to 8th and 12th centuries. Now, this is the period where the practice of Tantra developed. It basically combined Vedic, yogic, and folk traditions. Now people used rituals, mantras, and goddess worship to connect with the divine energy. Now Tantra brought a different way of experiencing spirituality, both mystical and practical. So what we can see here in the final picture, that Indian religion kept on evolving with time. From the Rigvedic sacrifices to the Upanishad meditation, from the Jain and Buddhist reforms to Bhakti traditions and the Tantric practices. It was always in the search of liberation. This journey shows how Indian thought moved from the ritual to realization, from discipline to devotion, always changing with time, yet always seeking the truth.
Now the question is why you should buy Ancient India Prelims plus Mains course. 140 plus heavily animated chapter-wise lectures, complete visual learning. I mean, look at the quality, man. Just look at the quality. Covers complete NCERT, old as well as new. 200 plus interactive maps. Now these maps are amazing. I mean, they cover the entire ancient history from the Stone Age to the Harappans to the Rigvedic period to the Mahajanapadas to the Mauryans to the Guptas to the Harshvardhanas. Not only this, 300 plus flowcharts and timelines. Now these timeline diagrams are important if you want to understand the nuances of history. It also covers Tamil Nadu State Board ancient history and also NIOS ancient history. Now let's talk about the handouts. Handouts are amazing. 1500 plus MCQs, 1000 plus mains questions, and these questions come along with solutions which we will discuss together. 300 plus assertion reason questions, 250 match the column questions, and 10 full length prelims practice questions. Also 5 full length mains practice questions.